Dear Kit, I'm so glad I got to see you at Yule. I'm sorry we couldn't talk for longer, but please just know I was there with you the whole time, even after you returned for the dancing. You danced really well, by the way, but I'm sure that isn't a surprise to you. Morgan was really relieved when I came back into the hall. I don't know what he thought I was up to, but I guess he'd let me run after you because he figured I had a better chance than he did of finding you and persuading you to return. We're still working on our regular drills. I'm sure you see us every day through the windows. There's not a break that we get that I don't watch for you to see if you'll come out to try some archery or to inspect the troops or whatever. You'll come soon, won't you? It might be a good way for us to spend some time together. I still miss you so much. I hear your father and Lady Inga are getting married at Candlemas, so that's not far away. I'm sorry for your sake that all that is still going on. But like I said, maybe she'll be more tolerable once they're married. I confess that I don't hold out a lot of hope for that, but the chance is always there, right? Oh, you know what else is happening near Candlemas? We're having a backstairs wedding. That's right. I don't know if you had heard, but Owen and Alma had been seeing each other for some months now, and they've decided to get married right before your father's wedding, so they can have all that settled and everything in order, before everyone is all abuzz with the new festivities for the holiday itself and the royal wedding. I'm really happy for them. I guess it works out well because Alma hadn't had any roommates since they told me I live in the barracks now. So Owen can just move in there for now until, or unless, they have children, and either get a house outside the keep or some roomier quarters. Can you imagine Owen as a father? Listen here, my child. You can't just go running off in the morning. How will your mother know where you are? You have to maintain a sense of discipline. I don't care if you're 2 years old. The niceties must be observed. I'm just joking, of course. I'm sure he'll do well. I bet it will be a fun party, too. You should see if you can come. Don't ask anyone, though. I'm sure your father won't mind, but if word gets back to Lady Inga, you just know she will say no. And that's all our fun for late January ruined right there. Best to keep it a secret, right? I hope you are well, Kit. Please write back soon. I want to know what you're thinking. Yours always, Mal. Dear Kit, thank you for writing back. Oh, you don't know how happy I was to get your letter. Eric brought it down to the barracks, and I was so excited I dropped all my cards, and Lucan took all of them and managed to win the whole game. I guess I'm glad to hear there are no definite plans to have you travel to Thulios anytime soon. I know you said you didn't want to marry a stranger, but maybe with all the distractions going on, we'll have a chance to stretch out the timeline a bit and settle all this Wasserberg business, and maybe get the Scion to visit you here. Then you could at least get acquainted and see if your personalities suited each other. And you never know, maybe the Scion won't want to marry you. Then you could just, I don't know, sign a treaty of friendship or something, and each of you could do whatever you liked. That's a nice hopeful thing to think about, isn't it? But if there is going to be a war, I'm sure your father is going to want to get as many allies together as he can. Maybe offering your hand to that country was his way of shoring up support from a more northerly land. Anyway, let's not worry about that right now. The next big event is the New Year, and you said that Captain Martine and Seyfried have come to an agreement that after the New Year, we can start seeing each other again around tea time. That sounds amazing. I'll still be able to take care of everything I need to do around the yard, all the soldiering stuff, and still get to have a lesson or two with you, or play dice, or whatever you want. I'm really glad they didn't bother asking Lady Inga if this was all right. Honestly, I think the fact that Seyfried is in charge of some of your education, and the Captain Martine is in charge of, well, me, it really is mostly up to them whether or not we can be together. I'm sure it will all work out just fine, and I'm so excited to see you. I know they said we'll be chaperoned, but honestly that's not really any different from a lot of the time we've spent together already. We nearly always had someone with us, whether it was at a lesson or on a ride with Owen or Ulrich or, well, we did manage to sneak away on a number of occasions, didn't we? I'm just so happy I'll get to see you regularly again. I'm counting the days till the new year. 4 left. Yours always, Mal. Dear Kit, no, I haven't had the chance yet to win any of my money back from Lucan, but that's alright. The captains don't let us play for very high stakes out here because they don't want anyone spending all their pay in gambling and then be unable to save up or buy the things they need. So I'm really not out much money. However, Lucan better watch out because the next time I have a good hand, I'm definitely coming for him. On a more serious note, I can see from your last letter that you were quite worried about both your father and your own engagement. But you have to remember, Kit, we can only work on the problems that are right in front of us. And working on more than one problem at once can compromise our ability to deal effectively with any of the problems at all. Honestly, I'm not sure why you are concerned about your own engagement anyway. It sounds so far off, and you might very well end up really liking your betrothed. Neither of us really knows what love is like. You told me last summer you'd never been in love. So it's tough to say this or that will or won't happen with your engagement. I don't want to repeat what others keep saying, that royal marriages have nothing to do with love. You don't deserve that. If there's any way to get you what you really want, I'll find it for you, I promise. In the meantime, it's important to keep your head up and your eyes and your heart open. Remember, I never wanted to live in a castle. But I realized quickly that just because life chooses a path for you that you wouldn't have thought of on your own, that doesn't mean that that path has to be terrible. In fact, in some cases it can be quite wonderful. Sure, I could be back in the forest in our little hut right now, but what would I have learned in the time in between? I wouldn't have learned how to read, or draw, or dance, or what your face looks like when you light up in laughter. I wouldn't trade those lessons for the world, Kit. Listen, when we get together for the new year, let's make our time count. Pick a game you want to play. We don't have to start work right away. Let's do something fun together, like old times. Whatever you like. I can't wait to see you, my friend. Yours always, Mal.